Divine Feminine, you know that feeling when something big is about to happen, but Spirit's telling you, not yet. That's the energy I'm picking up right now. It's like the universe has you in this quiet pause, not to hold you back, but to line everything up perfectly. Someone's energy is getting closer, but deep down, you already know timing is everything. You're not waiting out of fear, you're waiting with faith, trusting that when it's real, it won't require force. So, if you've been asking for a sign, this might just be it. Spirit saying, stay still a little longer. The breakthrough is already on its way. Hello, soul family. Welcome to Spiritual Manifestation. If this is your first time, welcome. If not, I'm glad to have you home. I just want to take a moment to say how grateful I am that you're here, because the energy that's already coming through feels powerful. And I can tell this message is meant for someone who truly needs it today. Before we dive in, a quick reminder. If you feel called to go deeper, the extended readings and extra guidance are always available on Patreon and through YouTube memberships. That's where we get into the longer, more personal layers of these messages, and it's a beautiful space to connect on a deeper level. And while you're here, don't forget to support the channel by liking this video, leaving a comment below, and sharing this reading with someone who may need to hear it. Your energy in this community makes such a difference, and I love reading your thoughts and reflections. Now let's go ahead and shuffle the deck together. Spirit, we ask you to guide us in this moment, to bring through the clearest and most aligned messages for those listening. As I set the energy for this reading, I can already feel the cards beginning to stir, and I know something important is ready to come through. I just pulled the Wheel of Fortune, and wow, Divine Feminine, this energy feels big. The Wheel of Fortune shows up when life is about to shift in ways you can feel before you can see. Spirit is saying there's something or someone heading towards you, and it's closer than you think. The energy around you feels like it's building momentum, like the air itself is humming with change. You might not have all the details yet, but your soul already knows something's turning. This is why you've been feeling that quiet anticipation, that something's coming feeling that just won't go away, because it's true. Spirit is showing me that your intuition has been working overtime lately. Maybe you've been catching repeating numbers like 222, or having those moments where your mood shifts for no reason. That's not random. That's the universe syncing with your energy, letting you know that you're moving from the vibration of 1 into the vibration of 2. Something new is aligning with your path, and it's already unfolding in the unseen. The Wheel of Fortune says this is divine timing at play, not coincidence. You've always been sensitive to the energy around you, but what's happening now goes beyond intuition. It's psychic awareness. You can feel the shift before it happens because your spirit is tuned into change. You might notice the energy in your home feeling different, people acting strangely, or even the air around you feeling charged. That's your gift in motion. Spirit communicates with you through energy, through subtle waves that touch your field before the physical signs arrive. And here's what's beautiful. This isn't something to fear. The Wheel of Fortune brings movement, not chaos. It's saying the universe is rearranging things in your favor, preparing you for what's next. So if you've been feeling restless, emotional, or extra alert lately, it's because you're standing on the edge of a shift. Spirit is saying, trust what you feel. Your sensitivity is your superpower. Spirit is also saying that you might start noticing little clues showing up everywhere, almost like life is whispering, pay attention, it's happening. Maybe a song comes on at the perfect time, a feather crosses your path, or someone says something that feels oddly specific to your situation. Those aren't coincidences, they're confirmations. The wheel of fortune brings synchronicities when everything is aligning behind the scenes. And these signs are Spirit's way of letting you know that what you've been sensing isn't just a feeling, it's real movement forming around you. You may also notice your dreams becoming more vivid or symbolic. That's because your higher self is communicating with you more clearly now. It's giving you glimpses of what's to come or showing you what to release before this new energy arrives. So don't rush to figure everything out. Let your intuition unfold naturally. Spirit wants you to know that you're being guided step by step, and even the uncertainty is part of your preparation. The wheel reminds you that timing isn't a delay, it's divine choreography. And the most important part, divine feminine, is to stay open but grounded. When change begins to move, it can feel like the ground is shifting beneath you. But remember, this is your breakthrough, not a breakdown. Everything is falling into place exactly as it should. The wheel of fortune is turning in your favor, and soon, what once felt uncertain will start to reveal itself clearly. Trust this cycle. Trust yourself. The universe has already said yes. Now it's just a matter of time before it shows up in front of you. So, Divine Feminine, take these next days as preparation time. Ground yourself. Journal what you sense. Pay attention to the patterns, dreams, and little signs around you. Something is aligning that will make sense very soon. And when it does, you'll realize you were never just imagining the change. The wheel is turning, and Spirit wants you ready when everything begins to move in divine order. The next card just pulled is the Knight of Cups. The Spirit is saying this perfectly captures what's going on right now. The Knight of Cups shows up when someone's emotions are overflowing so much that they can't hold them back anymore. Divine Feminine, this is your masculine. They're in their feelings, and those feelings are loud. They've been talking about you to people around them, and it's catching everyone off guard because of how raw, open, and passionate they sound. It's like everything they've been holding in is finally spilling out, and they're not even trying to hide it anymore. The Knight of Cups energy is all heart, all emotion, and right now, that's exactly where your person is, unfiltered, unguarded, and ready to say things they've never said before. Spirit is showing me that someone close to them, maybe a friend, a sibling, or even a coworker, is trying to calm them down, telling them to think before they act. But your masculine isn't hearing it. They're in this bold, I just need to speak my truth energy. They're convinced that their feelings for you are real, and that it doesn't matter if it looks messy, intense, or out of character. It's honest. That's why you might be feeling their energy so strongly right now. You're spiritually connected, so when their emotions rise, you feel that wave too. You might be restless, emotional, or getting sudden bursts of energy for no reason. That's them. What's wild is that even though this looks chaotic on the surface, it's actually a breakthrough. The Knight of Cups can be impulsive, yes, but it's also the card of confession, of finally speaking from the heart after holding back for too long. Your masculine may even need a little liquid courage or emotional push to reach this point, but deep down, what they're saying comes from a real place. They're tired of pretending they don't care. They're tired of silence. And even though the people around them are trying to slow them down, they're determined to make you feel what they've been holding in all this time. Spirit wants you to know this isn't about you chasing or fixing anything. It's about you staying in your peace while they move through their emotional storm. You might notice the signs getting stronger: songs, repeating numbers, vivid dreams, because this masculine is energetically calling out to you. They're trying to bridge the gap through vibration before they make their move in the physical. The Knight of Cups says this person is preparing to come towards you with emotion first, logic later. It might be messy, but it will be real. Spirit is also saying that this wave of emotion your masculine is going through is long overdue. They've been holding everything inside for so long that it was bound to spill out eventually. And now it's happening all at once. They're realizing that denying what they feel doesn't make it go away. It only makes the pull towards you stronger. That's why even when they try to distract themselves or listen to others' advice, they can't stop circling back to you. The Knight of Cups energy doesn't move with logic. It moves with heart, and their heart is practically screaming your name right now. You might notice their energy feels different lately, stronger, closer, maybe even more emotional than usual. That's because they're not suppressing it anymore. Their resistance is breaking down, and it's creating ripples that you can feel on a soul level. Spirit is saying this intensity is temporary, but necessary. It's what's helping them break free from their own pride and fear. This is the part where they're learning that vulnerability isn't weakness, it's truth. And Divine Feminine, Spirit really wants you to take this moment to stay grounded in your power. This emotional storm they're in isn't yours to fix. It's theirs to navigate. Your role is simply to keep holding that peaceful, loving vibration that reminds them of what stability feels like. Keep focusing on your joy, your healing, your calm. The Knight of Cups energy is already in motion, and soon enough, their actions will start matching the emotions they've been confessing behind closed doors. Spirit is saying, let love find its way. It always does. And here's the thing, Divine Feminine, your calm is their compass. While they're spinning in emotion, your stillness reminds them where home is. That's why Spirit is saying, don't rush, don't chase, don't overthink, just observe. Because whether they admit it or not, you're already guiding them energetically toward balance. The Knight of Cups always follows his heart, and right now, that heart is leading straight to you. Moving forward, I just pulled the Hierophant. It fits this energy perfectly. The Hierophant appears when divine order steps in, when something higher than both of you decides what's meant to stay and what's meant to pause. Divine Feminine, this isn't just a closed door. This is divine protection. Spirit is saying that this period of access denied isn't punishment, it's preservation. You've already learned a deep lesson through this connection, And this time apart is making sure you don't repeat what your soul has already mastered. That's why it feels so intense right now. Because this isn't just emotional, it's spiritual enforcement from your guides and from divine timing itself. Your masculine is trying to push past that gate, but spirit is standing there saying, "Not yet." They may think it's you keeping them out, but it's much bigger than that. The Hierophant represents divine boundaries, the kind that can't be negotiated through words or persistence. And here's the truth. While they're trying to regain access to you physically, the real test is happening on a soul level. Spirit is asking them, have you truly learned? Are you coming from growth or from ego? Until those answers are clear, the door remains sealed. This is why the people closest to them are suddenly acting as voices of reason. Without even realizing it, they're being used as messengers, as part of that divine protection. They can sense that this isn't just another love story. It's a sacred connection being guarded until both souls are ready. That's why their pushback feels so strong, almost like the universe is speaking through them. They're not trying to hurt your masculine. They're trying to protect what's sacred between you two by keeping it from repeating in the wrong energy. Spirit is also saying that what's happening right now is teaching both of you the true meaning of surrender. The Hierophant reminds us that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing. To trust that divine timing knows what it's doing, even when your heart wants to move faster. You've already proven your strength, divine feminine, by choosing peace over chasing, healing over reacting, and faith over fear. This quiet space between you isn't empty. It's sacred. It's where transformation is taking place behind the scenes, even if you can't see it yet. Your masculine, on the other hand, is being humbled by this divine pause. They're realizing that not every door can be forced open, especially one that's guarded by destiny. Spirit is showing me that their frustration comes from a deep longing to reconnect, but also from the discomfort of being told, not yet. They're not used to waiting, and that in itself is their lesson. The Hierophant energy is guiding them to maturity, to reflection, and to understanding that divine love requires alignment, not control. The universe isn't saying no, it's saying grow first. And divine feminine, spirit wants to reassure you that while this door may seem closed, your path is still wide open. This time is for you to expand, to pour energy into your own evolution, and to prepare for what's next. You're being positioned for something higher, something more stable, something that matches your healed frequency. So if you've been feeling the stillness or sensing that spirit is holding things back, it's because you are being redirected toward your highest good. The Hierophant is reminding you, divine protection is never rejection. It's the universe making sure that when something returns to you, it's ready to stay. Spirit is saying that the reason you keep seeing repeating numbers and signs is because your energy is in alignment with divine timing, while theirs is still catching up. You've done your part, and the universe is showing you that it sees your growth. Every synchronicity is confirmation that you are being shielded while the lessons play out on their side. The Hierophant's message is clear. The separation isn't the end. It's divine redirection. When the time is right, access will be granted again. but only when both hearts are ready to walk through that door in truth. Before we pull the next card, I just want to pause for a moment and check in with you. How has this been resonating with you so far? If something in these first three cards has already spoken to your heart, let me know in the comments. I love reading how these messages meet you right where you are. All right, let's go ahead and see what Spirit has for us as we pull the next card. I just pulled the Page of Swords, and Spirit is saying, this fits perfectly with what's unfolding right now. The Page of Swords appears when curiosity turns into obsession, when someone is watching, learning, or studying you closely because they can't stop thinking about you. Divine Feminine, this is your masculine. They've seen something, maybe a photo, a post, or even a moment in passing, and it completely caught them off guard. It stopped them in their tracks. That one glimpse of you was enough to awaken everything they've been trying to suppress. And since that moment, they've been replaying it over and over, almost like they're trying to decode your energy through that single image. Spirit is saying that the reason they were left speechless is because your glow has changed. You don't look the same energetically as you did before. You're softer, lighter, more grounded, but also untouchable in the most magnetic way. They can feel that you've healed and grown, and it's both mesmerizing and intimidating. The Page of Swords energy is all about observation, and right now, they're looking at you with awe, confusion, and longing all mixed together. Every detail about you, your expression, your presence, your peace, speaks volumes they can't ignore. This card also carries a message about being seen. Spirit is showing that your energy is radiating through everything you do, and people, especially this masculine, are noticing. You might have a platform, or you simply move in a way that commands attention now. Either way, they're watching you quietly, trying to understand how you became this version of yourself. And here's what's wild. They don't just see beauty, they see purpose. They're realizing that you've stepped into your power, and that realization has them rethinking every choice they made that led to this distance. Spirit is also showing that your person didn't expect this reaction. It shook something deep within them. Seeing you again, even just for a moment, reminded them of what real connection feels like. It's almost as if their heart woke up before their mind could catch up. They're trying to play it cool, to tell themselves it's just nostalgia, but their soul knows it's more than that. The Page of Swords energy has them stuck in this loop of what if and why now, because no matter how hard they try to rationalize it, the emotions are undeniable. What's really happening is that Spirit is using this moment to trigger a deeper awakening within them. They're not just looking at you. They're looking at the reflection of their own growth or lack of it. Seeing how much you've evolved is forcing them to confront where they've stayed the same. And that realization is uncomfortable, but necessary. The Page of Swords teaches that sometimes what looks like curiosity is really the beginning of self-awareness. This masculine is being guided to see you as both inspiration and mirror, someone who shows them what's possible when healing is chosen over ego. Divine Feminine, Spirit wants you to take this as confirmation that your light is doing the work for you. You don't need to chase, prove, or perform. Your transformation speaks louder than words ever could. The more you focus on your own peace, the stronger the pull becomes. This person is watching because your energy is undeniable. It radiates truth, confidence, and grace. The Page of Swords closes this message by saying that what they saw wasn't just a photo, it was a glimpse of divine alignment. And that moment, no matter how small, is now setting destiny into motion. Spirit wants you to know that the intensity you're feeling is real. That sudden wave of energy, those random emotions, those moments when you feel eyes on you, it's because they are tuned in to your frequency. The Page of Swords is the observer, but also the student. This masculine is learning from the silence, watching how you carry yourself, how you've evolved. And even if they haven't said a word yet, Spirit says their curiosity will soon turn into action. That one glance, that single photo, that unexpected encounter, it wasn't random. It was divine timing, and it opened a door they didn't even know was still there. The next card I just pulled is the Tower. This is exactly what your masculine is going through right now. The Tower shows up when the universe shakes everything that's built on illusion or ego, not to destroy, but to awaken. Divine feminine, this masculine is in that breaking point. Their world feels like it's collapsing, but what's really happening is that Spirit is removing everything that once distracted them from truth, and that truth is you. They're realizing, in the hardest way possible, what life feels like without your energy in it. This isn't punishment, it's revelation. The fear they're feeling isn't just about losing you. It's about facing themselves for the first time without the safety of your light guiding them. Spirit is saying that this person thought they could handle the separation, that time and distraction would dull the ache, but instead it's amplified it. Everything they tried to build in your absence is starting to crumble because the foundation wasn't real. The Tower exposes false stability, and for your masculine, that means every choice they made that wasn't aligned with truth is falling apart. They're being forced to see the contrast between your energy, calm, whole, aligned, and their current chaos. That's why their emotions feel so raw right now. You didn't cause their downfall, your absence revealed it. This awakening is uncomfortable for them because they're being stripped of everything that kept them numb. They're not just missing you. They're realizing how much they relied on your energy to feel centered. Spirit says they're learning the hard way that when you mishandle something divine, the lesson comes through loss. But here's the deeper meaning. This breakdown is the only way they can rebuild correctly. The Tower clears what's false, so something real can finally be built. And right now, they're standing in the rubble, finally seeing what was real all along. Your love, your light, your presence. Spirit is showing that this masculine has been resisting this change for a long time. They've been trying to keep control, trying to patch things up on their own terms, but the more they hold on, the faster everything falls apart. The Tower doesn't collapse to punish, it collapses to realign. And right now, every area of their life that was built from pride, denial, or avoidance is being shaken loose. That's why they're emotional, reactive, or even quiet. They're trying to process emotions they've ignored for years, and it's overwhelming. This is the moment when the universe strips away the noise so they can finally hear their soul again. What's happening now is divine intervention in motion. Spirit is saying this masculine had to lose control to find clarity. You were the mirror that showed them love in its purest form, and losing that mirror forced them to confront the truth they've been running from. Every late night thought, every moment of restlessness, every memory that keeps replaying, that's their soul crying out for healing. They're beginning to realize that love isn't about control or possession, it's about alignment. The tower brings humility, and through that humility, transformation begins. Divine Feminine, Spirit wants you to understand that while this looks chaotic from the outside, this is exactly what your prayers set in motion. You asked for truth, healing, and alignment. And sometimes that means watching someone go through their own destruction to find their light. This is not your burden to carry. Your role is to hold space, not to save. The tower energy is sacred because it removes everything that stands in the way of love that's authentic. Your masculine's pain is real, but so is their awakening. This is their soul finally catching up to what yours already knew. And as Spirit continues to guide this transformation, you'll notice shifts in your own energy too. You might feel lighter, calmer, more detached, not because you stopped caring, but because your soul knows this separation has purpose. You're being elevated while they're being rebuilt. The tower's message is that love can't grow on unstable ground, and Spirit will keep clearing anything false until only truth remains. So even though this feels intense right now, trust that it's all leading to divine reconstruction, the kind that creates a foundation strong enough to last. Spirit wants you to know that their fear, as intense as it feels, is part of their awakening. This is the beginning of surrender, the moment when ego breaks and truth rises. That's why they're restless, emotional, and impulsive, because they can't stop the change anymore. The tower doesn't ask permission to fall. It simply does when the time comes. And this masculine's time has come. Their fear of losing you is pushing them toward healing, whether they realize it or not. This collapse isn't the end. It's the breaking open that lets the light in. Divine Feminine, I just pulled Temperance for this final message. And Spirit couldn't have chosen a more fitting card to close this reading. The Temperance card appears when balance, patience, and divine timing are at the center of everything. Divine Feminine, this is your reminder that waiting isn't a pause, it's a preparation. You're not waiting in fear, you're waiting in faith. Spirit is saying that while your masculine's energy feels restless, impulsive, and eager to bridge the gap, your soul has already learned how to rest in trust. You're walking in alignment, not anxiety. And that's what makes your energy so peaceful right now. Temperance is about knowing that what's meant for you will meet you when both sides are ready, not a moment sooner or later. Spirit is showing that while you're grounded and calm, your masculine is in a completely different vibration, waiting, but from a place of fear. They're afraid of missing their chance, afraid of being forgotten, afraid that too much time has passed. But you're being guided to hold space without rushing in. Temperance teaches that divine timing is never delayed. It's divinely arranged. The more you stay centered, the more the universe can do the work behind the scenes. This is why your angels keep sending you signs, numbers, dreams, synchronicities. They're letting you know that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. There's also a powerful message here about discernment. Temperance reminds you that not every door that knocks needs to be opened right away. Sometimes the sign you're waiting for isn't go, it's not yet. Spirit says your protection is active, your intuition, your peace, and your spiritual team will always warn you before any energy enters your field. You'll feel the shift before it happens. And when that moment comes, you'll know exactly how to move. Not from emotion, but from divine wisdom. Spirit is showing that temperance is not just about waiting, it's about alignment. You've learned how to stay steady while everything around you shifts, and that's no small thing. Every time you chose peace instead of panic, you told the universe that you trust its plan. That calm you carry now? It's not coincidence, it's spiritual mastery. This card is reminding you that balance is not found, it's built, and you've been building yours one divine choice at a time. This energy also speaks about healing through patience. Spirit says that during this stillness, something inside you is being refined. Your intuition is sharpening, your emotional boundaries are strengthening, and your heart is being prepared for what's next. You may not see it, but your waiting is sacred work. The universe is tempering your energy like gold in fire, removing what no longer serves and strengthening what remains. Every quiet day, every unanswered question, every moment of peace after pain, it's all shaping you into the version of yourself that's ready to receive divine love without losing herself in it. For your masculine, temperance is also playing its role. They're being guided to slow down and sit with their emotions instead of rushing to fix what they broke. Their impatience is their lesson, while your patience is your proof of growth. The contrast between your stillness and their urgency is part of the divine design. It teaches both of you what true balance looks like. Spirit says the connection can only reunite when love is no longer a chase, but a calm meeting of two energies that finally understand each other. You may feel moments where the pull between you grows stronger, vivid dreams, sudden waves of emotion, or signs that seem louder than usual. That's not regression, that's energy syncing. The universe is aligning paths behind the scenes, even when it looks quiet in the physical. Temperance energy works slowly but precisely. It blends what once clashed and brings harmony where there was imbalance. Spirit says, be still. What's meant for you is calibrating. And divine feminine, remember that this quiet season is not empty, it's holy. You've become the embodiment of balance between faith and action, love and wisdom, surrender and strength. Every moment you choose grace over reaction, you step deeper into your purpose. Temperance closes this chapter not with urgency, but with peace, the kind that says, I trust what's unfolding, even when I can't see it yet. Finally, Spirit wants you to remember this. You are not waiting for love, you are waiting with love. There's a difference. You've already become what you once prayed for. The Temperance card closes this reading by affirming that your patience is power, your peace is your protection, and your faith is your signal to the universe that you are ready for what's real. So when the sign arrives, and it will, you'll recognize it not because you were searching, but because you've been aligned with it all along. Okay, this feels like a beautiful place to close the reading. What we've seen here is a reminder that your energy is powerful, your journey is guided, and Spirit is always working in ways you may not fully see yet. Trust that what is meant for you will always find its way, and you don't need to chase. Just allow yourself to stay aligned and open. If you feel called to dive deeper, the exclusive and extended version of our readings are available right now on Patreon and through YouTube memberships. That's where we really expand on these messages and explore the layers that Spirit couldn't fit into this space. Also, don't forget to check out the community posts and today's energy reading updates. I love connecting with you there and hearing how these messages meet you in your own journey. Drop your comments below, share your personal requests, and let me know how this reading spoke to you. And if you'd like to keep the energy flowing, I've linked some other videos here that I know will guide and encourage you. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.